Hey guys, welcome to ESL TV for the ESL One fall season of Battlefield 4. We're kicking off our second day of the first cup of the season, and it's going to be two semifinals and of course the grand finals as well. I'm going to show you the brackets really quickly just so you can get some sort of an idea of the games we'll actually be watching today. We have Fnatic versus Epsilon as the first one, of course Meteor Makers versus MHSV in the second semifinal, and obviously of course the winner of each will advance to the grand finals to win the 500 euros and not to mention the 100 points in that one. The maps have been picked for this first matchup. We have Siege Shanghai chosen by Epsilon, Operation Locker chosen by Fnatic, and Parasol Storm chosen by, well, the Decider. And I'm actually just going to drop us in the game here because it'll be starting here in just a few seconds. I believe they're just going to have a quick restart in here, then we should be good to go. And obviously get this one underway here, but obviously this isn't the right map either. We'll be switching over in just a little bit. But, you know, Fnatic, I guess I can talk about them a little bit. You know, we saw them on Siege Shanghai a little bit earlier on. Just yesterday versus Infamous, and they didn't look bad. They didn't look terrible, but they did lose, I believe, in the first map with in the first half of that one against Infamous when they got 52 tickets. And Fnatic, of course, did respawn into the next one, picking up their 72 to secure themselves a win. Apparently, Duke is a girl. Mayek's here, huh? So this is interesting. Asterix no longer on the team, I guess, or no longer playing with them currently. Used to be a pretty solid player for them, but it seems like Meg, now of age, is coming back to the team here, and there's been a lot of controversy around him. Okay, they have finally switched over. There's been a lot of controversy around him. You know, back when he was playing, it was about, you know, whether or not he's cheating. I'll just bring it up, you know, once or twice here for today's show. A lot of teams didn't think he was legit. There was a couple of videos floating around as well that people really questioned. But either way, he wasn't old enough to participate at the offline event anyway, so he actually didn't play in the groups. They actually had to bring him back in that first season because they wanted to qualify. They were looking like they weren't going to be able to without him. And of course, Epsilon didn't do too well at the offline event there either. So I'm just going to leave this up really quickly just to kind of see when they are going live, just so I have an idea. And it looks like Fnatic will be on the Chinese side. You can see obviously they're on the US side, but there will be a swap coming in most likely just because of Epsilon not being ready here. I find it really funny. Duke is a girl. Either way, Duke, David, a two-man wrecking ball squad. Horik, more of a player that does the roaming around and the back capping onto teams. Meg, I don't know what kind of role he's going to be able to apply here, but he was a very strong fragger for his team back when he was playing, and of course, obviously sat out the next seasons since he wasn't able to go to the offline finals, and Epsilon Resin not performed too well without actually playing with their 5 throughout the entire season. So I'm curious to see. He was definitely a top fragger for them. And I'm actually curious why we are not live yet, because the teams were ready, and that's why I started the show. But then, of course, now they're not. Obviously, as you can see, you know, actually, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually a little bit under the weather right now. I'm not feeling too great today. Yesterday I was doing fine, but now I've got like an annoying headache, and I'm really hot all the time. So maybe I'm actually coming down with something. But hopefully I can bring you some good action here today. Hopefully the games are going to be good. Obviously it's the best teams that participated out of yesterday. MHSV, the new team coming into this one. I believe we saw them in the playoffs last season. Oh, the group stages, sorry. But didn't make it through to the playoffs. So definitely excited to see these new teams coming through. Fnatic is apparently still ready. And Epsilon's not ready as well. So it looks like we will be starting this one up here, getting that restart come in for the admins. And obviously let me know via Twitter, @JKaplan, who you guys think's going to win. Also let me know via Twitch chat. I do try to keep my eye on that when I do have time. There is a 1-minute delay on the stream, so obviously anything I say now, you'll hear a minute from now currently. And, well... and obviously you're going to hear a little bit of a delayed response out of me in this one. But here we go, Siege Shanghai, first map, Epsilon's choice. And Fnatic will be on the red side in this one. And again, they didn't look that strong yesterday on it. I mean, they did lose by quite a bit in the first half against Infamous. But it seemed like it just took a little bit of time to get going. A little bit of time to figure out exactly what to do in that one here. And let's get the overlay in so you can guys see the pretty... Got 0-1 already. See how pretty it looks here. But I'm curious to see how they're actually going to start this one off because, you know, like I mentioned yesterday, we saw a lot of teams go for the whole, at least on the US side, push 4 out into this middle area, and the men kind of sit back and just go for the cap onto C. And these 4 men try to push in towards A, while obviously the side of the Chinese team sent, I think, 1 or 2 towards A, and then the rest towards B to go for that double cap. So I want to see what's going to happen. Obviously, Epsilon, you know, top tier team, you know, been to the playoffs every season here so far. Fnatic winning 2 of the 3 seasons, taking the last 2 in a row. And it looks like Fnatic, actually not Fnatic, sorry, Epsilon are going to go for a big push onto this B flag here. So we're going to see some action breakdown right away. We're going to tag on with 2easy and see what he does spot and see. See Drunk's pushing him. And well, 2easy looking for the first kill. They does get an assist. Nade going to come in as well. Looks like Drunk's going to successfully make his way in through towards that C flag here. So I guess they read into what Epsilon was going to do, read into that push. Nice nade comes in by Mayak right there, picking up 1 person, and Marcy getting 1 as well. But they read into it, read it perfectly. And now, obviously, we're going to see if Epsilon can deal with this. So I'm going to try to check their guns as well. Ace-23, 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 Ace-23. I'm probably going to see the Ace-23 on this side as well. Yep, out of everyone. So going to see very similar layouts at both teams, probably the entire time here. And 2easy's watching the cross a little bit right now. Interesting spot for him. He's actually have a lot of opportunity to pick up a lot of vision, a lot of information from him, but he does get taken out by Marsu. Let's see how he's going to actually go about this one. He actually heads towards B instead of pushing towards A. He's going to nade towards that back of the site. No, there's 1 man back there. Picks up the kill on Drunks. Or sorry, that's a Duke pick up the kill on Drunks. And now Epsilon will get the positioning on towards this B flag. So they pick up the 2-1. You can see Fnatic still going for the recap. I guess the respawns came in at the right time, but they will lose out on A at the meantime. Horik going for the back cap, but we will have Valo push straight in towards that C flag to go for the cap onto it. So it's a little bit of a quick trade. 144 to 125 already in this one. Now Epsilon be forced to play a little bit of a back foot here. Drunks pushed up very aggressive. And he will be taken out from the backside. So they know they have potentially 1 man going for the long rotate around Marsu. But he's actually still just sticking around, trying to suppress one of the players on Fnatic. I'm not sure who that is on the back of B, but that's what another man. Can't connect with the shots, though. The nade might be good enough, but this teammate picks up the kill nonetheless here. And he's going to just sit there, still give them so much information. Every spot he gives right now Epsilon an advantage here in these firefights. And you can see Unfix trying to obviously move off to the side, trying to get a little bit of a advantage, or at least deny that vision away from the enemy team here. But nice kill comes from Marsu again. He's going to push in towards C, but he's got 3 men near the site. And he might get killed from the back here. Obviously trying to cover so many different angles. And looks like they will finally push in. Drunks man to pick up the kill. Picking up actually the AEK here, so not actually using the Ace-23 like the rest of this team. And Blue, B being contested still. Unfix trying to make his way through, but does get taken down right there. And Navala was the last man staying in the squad. Now it's actually Mort here, as they're just dropping 1 by 1, trying to get the respawns in. And that lead that they did have, oh, starting to melt away little bit by little bit. And Epsilon are starting to really turn it on here. 19 to 15 in kills for them. Honestly, kills aren't just going to win you a game. You got to get caps on. And I'm looking for a tri-cap right now. You can see Mayak and Duke pushed up towards C. Drunks going for the super long rotate. Fnatic going for a 2-man push over towards the A flag here. Might be able to pick it up, but David coming in from the backside might actually be able to make a big play here. He gets 1. Actually, no, he doesn't even get the kill. He finally does finish it off as he killed 2easy first. The man who was furthest away from him. And they will maintain that 2-1 hold here. So C will be picked up. And again, Fnatic starting to struggle just a little bit in this game. And they were, again, not really performing too well yesterday on this map. But we'll see, obviously, how they've been able to change things around coming into this one. And you can see, again, just being dropped 1 by 1. And, you know, I remember saying yesterday that, you know, I talked to Fnatic, talked to Drunks, and he was saying that they haven't really practiced too much in the off-season. They haven't really prepared too many, you know, unique strategies or anything like that, but they expect to get into the offline, into the groups just from that alone, which, as we can see, they're doing a fantastic job of, you know, getting, was it 50 points for qualifying this far. And I think 50 points was just about the threshold, if not it was 45 last season to make it into the group stages. So either way, they're looking at already a group stage advancement. But again, thinking back to last season, Epsilon could not get the better of Fnatic. Fnatic won every single cup. And honestly, it looks like they're trying to do the same thing here. You can see a push coming in towards B. It will be picked up here for Fnatic. Horik playing a little bit of a calm position here. Trying to get them a little bit of information. Maybe even looking for a kill or 2 here. But it doesn't look like he's having any respawns coming on top of him, though. He's actually getting back kept in the meantime here. This could be a nice pincer move coming in if Fnatic does get the respawns in quick enough. But Duke is just waiting for 2easy right there to move. Nade's going to be raining in. And we'll have Hort to push him out as well. So they're going to maintain A here unless... Was it too easy? He can pick up quite a few kills, but he stalls. He pulls 3 people towards A. It allows Valo to pick up the cap on a C. And unfortunately, Mort doesn't win out in the 1v1 here at B to lock that one down. So Epsilon going to keep the 2-1. They've been able to pick up a little bit of a lead here, as you can see, 98-69. Find out if they can keep that pace up here. And as you can see, Valo kind of just locked completely down. Nades destroyed all of his cover. And he is just dancing forever, but eventually does fall. Epsilon right now are just cleaning up Fnatic one by one. 43-26 in kills here. And it looks like Epsilon might be able to come away with a giant lead here in this first half, which is definitely a nice big morale boost for them, considering just what they've been played with across the seasons. You know, obviously having problems on the offline events, having problems on the online events, obviously not advancing through as far as they expected to in the prior seasons. Let's see, David at 12 and 8 here. Mayek, pretty quiet, 8 and 7. He was the big fragger for Epsilon back in the day. And look at this, Horik again going for the back cap. They do pick up a nice 2 frags here off of Mayek, and he'll eventually will fall. But right now, they need to respond. They need to push towards C, and it looks like they'll be able to on the back of Valo here, having to pick up a couple of kills. But Marsu's still just staying alive. He's not going down, and that's all he really needs. And again, he'll hold on to it. Mayek even getting a little bit antsy, killing his teammate. But it looks like they have finally overwhelmed the C flag, but it's allowed time again for Epsilon to take B. I don't know, Fnatic, they're just kind of getting out-rotated at this point. They're losing control of the actual game. And Epsilon are the ones really forcing the moves, forcing the plays here out of Fnatic. And as we've seen in the past, Fnatic, not necessarily one of the strongest teams at playing reactively. Like to be very proactive about everything, in terms of how their strategies are working, in terms of where they're going, where they're hitting, and controlling the pace. But I give a lot of credit to Epsilon here. They're doing a fantastic job of really changing things up here. And well, I don't know actually how much Epsilon's been practicing in the off-season, but I've already seen. It seems like they have been doing quite well. Looks like a little bit of back cap coming on towards B here, but again, losing control of C. I think we're looking at potentially a 60-ticket lead here, if not more, for Epsilon out of the first half. And again, you know, we saw what? Infamous get 52. So it's not like Fnatic can't come back from these deficits, obviously, in the next half. But I wonder how mentally it's been hurting them in this game, considering Epsilon is one of their biggest, if not the biggest, rivals. And there we go, 80-7. Last few tickets to go here. Fnatic trying to trip on C to try to deter the bleeding, try to at least stop it for a little bit, at least slow it down. And honestly, you can tell, unfortunately, it will not be enough here. So Epsilon coming out with looks like a 79-ticket lead at the end of this first half. He is being contested, so it could be neutralized, but no, the kills are going to be enough here. David picks up Drunks, and that will allow Epsilon to have, was it 79 tickets in this first half. Remember, this is Epsilon's choice, so I would hope that they would have a lead. I would hope that they'd be able to build one and be able to secure and hold it in this map. And again, Fnatic, they need to come back. You can see Marsu at 15-9 did a great job of really being an anchor role for his team, really locking down that C flag as we saw before. You can see David at 14-11. Horik at 11-4. Really good nice KD out of him. On the side of Fnatic, you know, Valo and 2 Easy, the 2 big fraggers, the 2 top fraggers for the team, just didn't have the best of games. And you can't really have your 2 top fraggers of your team not performing. Either way, we'll be starting the second half here in just a few seconds. Sides will be swapped. Remember, guys, this is domination with 150 tickets. The way it works is, after the end of the first half, we will have a ticket advantage for one team, and this one it's going to be Epsilon with 79. If Fnatic now drop below 79 tickets here in this half, then it's mathematically impossible for them to win with more tickets in the second. So that would be Epsilon taking the first map and then taking us over onto Operation Locker in just a little bit for map number 2. It's all best of 3s here today, like it was yesterday. We have the 2 semifinals and the grand finals. And of course, next week we will have 2 more shows for you on Tuesday and Wednesday at the same time. It's going to be cut number 2. I believe it'll be brought to you by me and one of our newcasters we have here at ESL TV. I don't think I can say his name just yet, but we'll bring you the action for that one. And then, of course, the week after that and the week after that. So the next 3 weeks, we will have the rest of the cups followed up by group stages, I think a week or 2 after that, a week or 2 later. Either way, obviously that's a long ways down the line here. Side swap, Fnatic. Let's see how they do push out onto this this second half here. We saw them actually read into Epsilon's play where they went for an early C push. And they did grab A, they did grab C, and had the early 2-1, but Epsilon was able to just stop that, prevent it. Well, not prevent it, but at least to take it back. And well, it looks like they will go for the standard kind of push in towards B and A, and look to pick it up here. As you can see, Drunks pushed up very far, and will be dropped very quickly. As Unfixed now trying to work around into this A flag, potentially. Just trying to work off a kill. Again, it's if he rotates all the way around here and he dies, that's so much time committed for a push. To have it just get completely shut down. There's already David waiting for it. You have the respawns coming in. Hork spots them out. And there's just 3 men pushing in towards this A flag now. So is the push going to come in towards C, which they easily could go for? Or will they defend this A flag? And all David's going to be the only man to do. He's going to pick up 1 kill. Look for number 2, but he will be actually shot down here by Valu. So the C cap should be coming in. I don't know, it's actually taking a long time right now. They could just drop down into the flag and start to cap it over. And it looks like they finally have started to here, as you can see. We're just trying to nade up. Mayek, Marsu both picking up kills with ace 23s. And we're unfortunately just getting caught while he was rotating through here. And Valo again, back to the last man standing. Fnatic are really struggling in this game. And that's practically a full squad wipe. I guess a delayed full squad wipe coming in. And Epsilon, they are off to a strong start. Again, 79 tickets is that threshold. If Fnatic drop below that, that will be map number 1 going over to Epsilon. We will be moving on to map number 2. In fact, they still can come back. Maybe they're not just as warmed up as they need to be here. Like, I feel like this is a comfortable map for them. They're just... Oh, maybe it's true. Maybe they haven't been practicing that much and they haven't really gotten back into the flow of things. Because they are definitely hurting at this point, and they're definitely trying to struggle pretty damn hard here. But Drunks looks like he might be able to defend onto C here. Mayek, though, trying to contest it. And even get a revive onto his team, as Drunks did get dropped here. Now we're going to see kind of a tri-cap coming in. Unfixed trying to get the back cap on A as quick as he possibly can, but he's being pushed from multiple directions here. Mark going to spot out the 1 man rotating through. We'll get the kill on David. And of course, you're going to have Hork here. Again, the man who always does this kind of thing, who always goes for these flanks, these back caps. And unfortunately, we're not going to see why he does it so well, as he does get actually killed here. Looks like, in fact, we're able to read into that. And now Drunks able to get completely behind the other team. It's currently 22-7 in kills in favor of Epsilon. This is a stomp right now, to be honest. And you can see there's only a couple tickets left to go. You know, 97, 79's not that really far off. And Epsilon have only lost out on 8 tickets so far because of the revives they've been able to put in, because they've been able to maintain these 2-1s. And they still hold on to it for even a little bit longer. Even David getting a little bit cheeky, pushing in for a tri-cap here. And if this tri-cap isn't relieved as quick as possible, this is going to be it for Fnatic. That will be map number 1 going over to Epsilon. And it looks like they're taking a little bit too long to go for this. They have less than 10 tickets to work with. And I believe even GG is going to be called out here. So that will be Epsilon taking map number 1 here in just a few seconds when it does take over. And now you got to be worried if you're a Fnatic fan. They didn't lose a single cup last season. They won every cup. And now already into this one, they're already down 1 map as ticket 78 will take over. So... I don't know. I mean, Fnatic seemed confident today when I talked to Drunks, but they're not playing like it too well. All right, so we should be switching over to map number 2 in just a few seconds. Wait for the admins to pick up on the map actually being finished. Even the team's typing out to them. We're ready for the next map. Well, eventually they'll change the map, I guess. There they go. All right, so gonna be kicking off map number 2 here. It will be on Operation Locker. Fnatic again had played that yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't get to tune into any Epsilon games yesterday. I was able to see at least one of them today. Fnatic played against Infamous, won with 42 tickets in the first half. They didn't play MNG on that. They played Dawnbreak and Paracel Storm, so I didn't really see that one. So we've seen, you know, Fnatic. This is one of their core original core maps. This is one of their maps that you would never challenge Fnatic on, because they play it so damn well. And well, we're gonna find out exactly why here potentially. They didn't look that solid yesterday, unfortunately, when they were playing it. But either way, they didn't look solid throughout the entirety of it. And I don't mean to bash on Fnatic. I mean, like I said before, I talked to them. They said they haven't been practicing. It looks like we're actually going live here. Okay, so Let me swap the sides. Oh, no, they're going for the restart one more time. Really? Okay, so this isn't live yet. So they will be swapping sides. Fnatic will be over on the US side. And of course, Epsilon will be over on the Russian side here in just a second. Of course, guys, if you want to get interested or get involved, you can always head over to our website and check this out. I'll give you a link in chat a little bit later on, or maybe one of our admins can actually post that for you guys. You can always actually play in these cups, depending on if you've been able to make your way through the A series. We have Go For Cups happening every Sunday as well for multiple games, not just Battlefield. So as long as you have a couple of friends, you can definitely sign up for that one. Maybe win a little bit of money, get a little bit better, and I could potentially see you actually in the ESL One Cups a little bit later on. And, well, here we go. Side swapped. Epsilon on the Russian side, Fnatic over on the US side. And this map always confuses me because Russian side starts on the left and US on the right, but the scoreboard, it's always US left and Russia right. Confusing. All right, so one thing we saw in Fnatic on the Russian side when they were playing it, they had a nice retake of B. Actually, no, I think it was on the US side. So they pushed through a couple of people towards A. They see if they push through the metal detector area, right, to get into B. And then they go for a back cap. So they actually jump behind them, jump down behind them, and just kill them. And you can see 3 men already defending the push into hallway. Valu going to push straight up and looking to get behind him. And only have 1 man towards his left. He actually won't win out the 1v1. Duke does secure that kill. And now more no is there, able to pick the kills. He just charges straight through A. Only 1 man to defend it. It's going to be Meg here. And that revive is definitely... He's got long arms for that one. C going to be picked up here for Fnatic. He's looking to turn things around here. But Meg, again, all by himself. Nades raiding in a second time. And eventually they do clean it up here, picking up quite a few kills. Even Drunks getting the team kill onto himself. He nades himself again. Drunks. I think every time I've seen Fnatic play, he's naded himself at least once. This man is not good with grenades, as we can see. But they're looking for a tri-cap. They're going to pick it up here. And obviously the last map didn't really get to them mentally. Able to turn things around in this one. Obviously a big push now coming in. Valu, definitely one of the best aimers in Battlefield 4 at this time. Well, he won't really prove it. He does pick up 1 kill at least on a Marsis, so they do trade. But either way, they will lose A. They're looking for the rotates, trying to see exactly where they're coming down, which Too Easy's given the spot for. They do know 4 men are going to push straight towards this B flag here. So now Drunks, can he defend it? And knows there's 1 man there. Nate going to come in, going to jump around into it. He's just trying to die to his own grenades, I feel like, and well, he eventually does fall to Duke right there with the ace, but either way, really questionable plays out of him sometimes, I guess. But here we go, Epsilon picking up B, but again, this is what I was talking about before. Fnatic, not really a great team that plays reactively. They're a really good team that plays proactive. When they have control of the pace of the game, they can really hammer things home and really secure like a nice big lead, but obviously Shanghai, they weren't really able to. Now here on Operation Locker, they've been able to get that control, and you can see 141, 117 tickets. They're looking for potentially a tri-cap here if Mort can pick up that 1 kill. Unfortunately, he won't, but he does spot, I believe, 3 more people knowing exactly where they are. And they have to hold to this push. Too Easy in the corridor. Nade coming in, going to back away from this one. And well, he does get killed from the other side, unfortunately, as Meg was able to push in through doorway. And now Unfixed by himself. Came up huge yesterday. Not going to do it so far today. And they will lose the cap onto A here. They're not even in a position to go for the cap onto B. And well, Moore is the only one alive currently, as they do have the respawns. Too Easy going to be there. Drunk's going to spawn in as well. And I even think even Valu was there to help out for this one. So they start to push in. They should be able to grab B here. And both teams not really putting too much emphasis on C. You can see Mort, he hasn't even bothered really. Well, it's not he hasn't bothered, he just hasn't been contested here at that C flag. And he's having a pretty easy game here so far, as Too Easy should be able to secure the recap onto B here, even just nade in, just to make sure he can stay alive for a little bit longer, which he does have a couple people coming in. One towards the backside, another one as well here on the upper. And he does drop down, picks up the kill, and Mate gets 2 actually. And they will pick B back up again, and Valo going for the cap onto A. And there's just a man inside the actual site here, and he'll pick up the 1v1. He should get the revive in as well onto his teammate, but the nade's going to be coming in. He's even spraying through that door, trying to connect onto the shots, but unfortunately does get taken down. So A, B locked down. Now they're forced to play from the outside, playing out from the cold. And this is where it gets really, really hairy. Fnatic have proven in the past that they can lock down this this outside-inside push so damn well. And we've seen Epsilon on maps like Dawnbreaker just excel, actually, at holding certain flags down and holding certain areas and controlling certain spots on a map here. And well, Fnatic, just as quick as they did lose that 2-cap, they're able to pick it back up here. B will be maintained. You can see the respawns coming in towards Duke. Even one man outside, Marsu with Horik as well. And A is going to be left open a little bit. As you can see, Valo now pushing up. They see C's being contested, so they should know, are we going to defend A? Are we going to defend B? Are we going to even try to contest C? And, well, more unfortunately, Willow's out in the 1v1. And Drunks will be taken down, but he's able to spot out 2 people. He knows they're coming. And Unfixed will secure the first one here. Potentially looking in for number 2, and we'll spot him out. We'll pick up the kill again. And a nice hold here coming out of Unfixed, but they've lost control of B. And let's see. Valu, I think Valu is able to pick up the 1v1 here at the B flag, and we'll start to cap it over here. So right now, Epsilon, they're trying to kind of read into the strategy that Fnatic are going for. They caught a little bit of a glimpse, but they're still down about 30 tickets right now. And of course, the third map, if we do need it, will be on Parasol Storm, which I actually don't know a team that really favors. I want to say Fnatic. But I know it's tough, because Epsilon obviously have a different roster this time. Having Maik now on the team instead of Asterix. Alright, Tricap coming in here for Epsilon. More trying to push in towards C, but unfortunately, he just knows there's too many men around. He needs to secure at least 1 kill to make this one happen, and he's going to have to push in with the last man in the squad using the CZ, I believe that was. Unfortunately, not picking up the kill here. So right now, that lead, that entire lead that we saw Fnatic have is just completely getting destroyed right now. And Maik coming in from the backside. Playing it slow, playing it smart, picks up 1, picks up 2. And might even get a third, but it does get dropped here by Drunks a little bit later on. So it will be held, but again, now Epsilon going to pull into the lead here for the first time in this game. Actually, I want to tag along with Meg when he does actually come back alive. I want to see how he's playing this. Oh, runs straight into 1 man, gets the kill on a Mort. And now they're even going for the A cap here in the meantime. And it looks like the Epsilon will be able to without any contest, actually. In the meantime, C is being capped over as well. It will be secured here for Fnatic. A will be secured for Epsilon. And well, they're starting to build up a little bit of lead. It's about 10 tickets here so far. You can see again, 48 to 41. Epsilon always leading in kills, it seems, in these halves and in these maps. 13-7 for Duke. 10-6 for Maik. On the other side, we have 10-7 for Unfixed. And Valorant too easy again. 9-10, 9-11. They're not having the best of games. And it looks so good for them early on. They were, I guess, not out-fragging too easily, but either way, they were able to lock down Tricaps, keep it 2-1. And I was like, Mort should be able to pick up B again. But they do decide to go push for it. Oh, and honestly, I'm feeling worse as this cast goes on right now. I'm feeling so sick right now. There is a chance I could throw up, so any of you out there that are watching, make sure to check that out if it does happen. That'll be interesting. There we go. Drunks now pushing in. I see C is being contested here. They're going to get tried to cap again. Look at this, 57 to 27. They dropped 30 tickets. They were ahead by over 30 at one point in this one, and they've had a 60-point swing. Fnatic are forced to play from the back foot, forced to play reactively. And Epsilon just showing that they're kind of excelling at that. It took them a little bit of time, obviously about, what, 6.5 minutes for them to finally figure out how to counter this Fnatic playstyle. But once they did, they've been, for the majority of the time now, been able to hold these 2-1s, hold Tricaps, and right now, if Too Easy isn't able to pick up any of these kills, it could be in trouble as he does get finally killed. Drunks trying to hide inside the infirmary. And he will get naded down here. So A will be picked back up. B could be back capped. If they're not trying to stop this bleeding. 48 tickets to 15. I don't think Maik's gonna let this one go here. Spots out 1 man. Drops right into his line of sight. Nice little shot out of him. Does pick up the kill, not Too Easy. And now we're down to 47 to 11 here. Down to 10. B should be secured. Fnatic can't even respawn in at this point as you see them just get completely wiped out. And that will be a 47 ticket lead here coming in for Epsilon. They could do it in 2. That would be really impressive considering that Fnatic just really was unbeatable last season. So let's see. Obviously, going to be loading into the second half in just a few, guys. Let me check out Twitch chat for a little bit here to see what's going on. See what you guys are saying. Throw up hype. Fnatic will win, sure as shooting. That's, I don't know. I typically don't doubt Fnatic, but they haven't really been performing in this game. Today, even yesterday, they didn't perform that well, even though they did win in all 2-0s. Not performing like the Fnatic that we saw last season. I mean, it's going to take a little bit more time for them to just kind of catch back up. Obviously, you know, enjoying their little bit of a break that they had, playing other games, and obviously taking some vacations here and there. And they've pretty much, after just, even if they do lose this one, they pretty much have enough points to get into the group stage as well, depending on how many other teams sign up. So it's not like it's a big loss for them if they can't secure their win. But also defending champions 2 seasons running. They were unbeatable last season in the Cups. And now Epsilon's been able to show that well, they are human. They can bleed. Alright, so here we go. Sides being swapped. Epsilon now over on the Russian side? No, the US side, sorry. Fnatic now on the Russian side. Let's see how they go about this one here. I believe they played Russian first against Infamous. And they were to pick up a 42 ticket lead. But 47 is still quite a bit. It's quite a bit, but it's also not that much, depending on how well Fnatic can play this half. Or obviously vice versa, depending on how well Epsilon can play this half. That could be, you know, a very easy win for them. Either way, Valo looking towards metal detectors. Trying to spot anyone push in. I think he did catch a glimpse of one man. Spots out a second as well, coming up the stairwell. Now he's forced to play a little bit defensive here, and he will get taken down right away. And Epsilon able to pick up 2 flags, it seems. Able to potentially pick up A at the meantime. And more using a silencer? What? First time I've seen that. Alright, so let's see. A picked up, B maintained for now, C gonna be picked up in just a second. 2Z can't win that 1-on-3 fight. So they'll still have a 2-to-1. But now it's up to them to set up the way they want to. And Epsilon, again, they've proven in the past, it was more so on Dawnbreaker, that once they set up, once they get ready and in position to defend a push, they are almost unbeatable at that point, or unbeatable at that point. It's so hard to break past them and to crack down their defense once they do set it up. Unless Epsilon just make a mistake or something like that. You can see right now, looks like Fnatic have been able to fight their way back. Able to go for cap on the B. They actually were tri-cap for a little bit of time there. And Drunk's even heading towards this A flag in the meantime. So, catch him off guard a little bit. Epsilon trying to go for the recap on the B. Try to maintain a 2-to-1. Unfortunately for them, looks like Fnatic actually have the flag advantage here currently. And Valo, playing a defensive role. I've seen him play in the past, and he can pick up quite a few frags, but I don't know, maybe, I'm trying to think, was he playing defensive earlier on? I don't know if it's going to suit him at this point. Him and 2 used to be these really aggressive players, able to pick up some ridiculous firefights, and oof, Drunk's fortunately getting the drop on him, but doesn't get the shots off, and well, C and B can be maintained for Epsilon. Even Drunk's having a little bit of a laugh. I'm going to turn chat off. I didn't realize I still had it on. But I think he realized that was kind of like unfair, or they should have had that kill, that 1v1, when the guy wasn't even looking at him. Well, you can see every person I go to just dies. There we go. The first time the person I was on didn't die. The Junks picks the kill to make and immediately dies right after. Commentator's curse. And right now, let's see. Epsilon have C. They have A. They're even looking for a hit onto B here as Violet's trying to push up, trying to cut across off, and they will trade 1-for-1 right there. But even so, Duke is pushed up here in towards this B site. Towards this flag, and he's watching for flanks here. He hears them coming up, and it's just a shooting spree for him, a killing spree, picking up anything he can. And he's not really being taken down 1v1. It's taken more than one person to even just kind of force him back. And eventually he will fall away as they're even able to pick up that B flag if they do want to. But 2 men towards metal detectors, he finally does fall. But David should be able to stop the push in here from that stairwell in the meantime. But 127-84, Fnatic, if they drop below 47 tickets, they will have been knocked out 2-0. And we'll take home a third, fourth place finish for the first time in a long time, in a full season's time. And Epsilon will remake the finals like they seemed to do every single time last season, but just didn't have the extra oomph they needed to secure the wins. And again, just read into that. Catches too easy out as he pushes. And they kind of have no vision inside of this this flag here, as you can see. Marsu just running around. It looks like they have security here. C going to be open for the retake by Drunks. But they've lost on A. And Epsilon just reading Fnatic every time. They're always there at the right position. They're always there winning the firefights. It's 34-24 in kills. They have a 10-kill advantage. 63 tickets, 62 now for Fnatic. And all it takes is less than 20 more, and that should be it. It's going to come down to his final push right now, and too easy will be dropped by Marsu. If we see any of these other people fall, that could actually be the actual first game, the first semifinal. My casting's getting worse as I go on right now. My head is killing me. Even David watching for the rotates and just trying to buy a little bit of time. And now 5 tickets left to go. The nade does actually land as well, and that should be it. Fnatic haven't been able to cap anything back over. It will be a quick 2-0 here for Epsilon, and they will advance into the grand finals to play against the winner of Meteor Makers and MHSV. Just, even Fnatic have left already, so there we go. Quick little game coming out of them. Well done. As on top of that, it's just what's there to say? I mean, they played exceptionally well. Fnatic, unfortunately, may need to go back to the drawing board and figure things out, what they're doing wrong. Maybe finally take some time to sit down and practice because of the Cup's coming up actually every week. But then again, they're pretty much already qualified now into the groups anyway, so I'm not sure if they're going to continue to hammer it home until that point, because I know a lot of the players are kind of getting tired. They want to be able to take some time off from playing the game and really kind of get their drive back for it. But in the meantime, guys, we're going to go a quick little break here. Hopefully, it's only about 5-10 minutes before we do come back with now Meteor Makers versus MHSV. Winner goes on to play against Epsilon in the grand finals, and we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.